Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil heart could desire from these nincompoops. Jason and Elgin.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves,
burritos,
and toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. If this is your first time listening to us or watching us on YouTube, first of all, thank you so much. We know there's a lot out there in the world to take your attention, so we're happy that you're giving us a little bit of your time. But you're going to learn soon enough. We are not toy experts. Just forget it. We're not. And that's okay. We're just enthusiasts. So we're not always going to get all the details right. But speaking of details, let me introduce everybody. Hi there. My name is Jason. That's what they call me. And over there is Elgin.
I'm over here, and I'm Elgin.
You did it.
I did it.
It's you. Well, it's a milestone moment here for Cracktastic Plastic. It's our 100th episode. Oh my gosh. And to celebrate, we're diving into your questions in a special listener Q&A episode. But that's not all. We're streaming this one live, so you can join in the fun in real time. Ask us anything about toys, action figures, collecting, or even the wild journey to 100 episodes. So tune in for laughs, nostalgia, and maybe a few surprises along the way. And don't miss this interactive celebration of the toy-loving community we've built together. Pretty excited. Live and 100.
What?
It's all here.
What?
It's happening. And then later on, Elgin's going to take us on a tour of a toy store, and that's going to be really awesome. And then, yeah, we're just going to get your questions, and I can't wait to hear them and answer them for you.
Exactly.
You can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon, and those links can be found at our website, cracktasticplastic.com. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They have an armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have a monthly contest that Elgin's going to tell you all about.
That's right. Every month, we post a picture to our social media pages. So what you need to do is comment on that post, and hopefully a funny comment or something interesting. And if we pick you, then you'll get $5 to spend at toyhacks.com. You can go there and get some stickers, decals, dioramas, much, much more. But you have to comment to win
it's important.
the caption contest. That's kind of the whole
we need
deal.
To know who to send this to.
Exactly. So yeah, otherwise it's, and if you don't caption the contest, then we can't contest your caption.
That's weird, and I like it.
Well, yeah. Every month we have a new one, so check it out wherever we have stuff.
And it's December now, so it's going to be coming soon.
Coming real soon.
All right, that's right. Toyhacks.com. But right now, that's one of our favorite parts of the show. It's time to talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
Oh, yes, that's right.
Dang Cobra.
That dang Cobra. All right, Elgin, what have you picked up lately, pal?
I got a few things, some kind of older stuff that haven't really talked about month to month, but it's been sitting around in the box, so I got to get rid of it so I can put it
Yes.
on the shelf. Got to talk about it so I can take it out of the box. I got these couple of wrestlers. They're the Headbangers tag team,
Oh,
the Mosh and Thrasher. Got them from Josh a while back. I think during our Cracktastic Plastic Con. He couldn't sell them, so
right.
he gave them to me to open. There are videos of these on Wrestling Wednesday on our playlist on YouTube, so check that out. Where you can also become a member by hitting join for 99
Oh,
cents a month. But yeah, these are from 1998, 99 ish. I thought there was a date on 97, so close. But they're the Jack's Pacific figures from 97. And they're kind of,
every time I hear other people
yeah,
say that brand name, I always hear Jack Specific is what I hear. Jack Specific.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
pretty sure it's Pacific, like the ocean.
yes.
Real men wear skirts.
Oh,
They wore these little kilt skirt things every time they came in the ring. But yeah, they look kind of like how they're supposed to look as a wrestler.
they're similar. There's similarities.
They're close enough for 90s, late 90s.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's the one thing I'd like about newer wrestling figures that have come out, like with Mattel, and even some of the later stuff. Like they look so much more like the wrestler, and like you're not trying to guess who is that again.
They're really getting the
like
likenesses down. Yeah.
yes, very much so. But yeah, they don't really have a lot of articulation. They have some arm movements. When I opened one of these, I was trying to twist the head and it snapped off. So I had to glue it back on. I
Oh,
don't know which one it was. Probably this one. um, but yeah, so their torsos do move a bit and their legs kind of move, but pretty limited for late 90s action figures. But they're kind of like this rubbery material as well.
oh yeah.
So
Okay.
there's some give to it, but it's kind of rubbery stuff. But it seems like it would deteriorate like in the next 10 years. Anyway, that's Headbangers, Mosh, and Thrash. I think. Comment below. Speaking of wrestlers, also opened this Tatanka from late
Oh yeah.
late 80s, early 90s WWF. He comes with this kind of a leather soft goods, some tassels on it. Comes with a little hatchet and like a little neck choker thing with the skull on it. But this looks just
Yeah.
like him. Fan favorite. Never really won any major titles. When I was looking him up and stuff, I was like, I feel like he won, something like a heavyweight title. No, he never did. But a fan favorite. I remember seeing him all the time in the early '90s, like running in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he looks great. This one, the WWE Superstars Series 10. That's right. They're already up to Series 10.
Wow.
Wave 10 of these figures. The wave also includes Kurt Angle and the Big Boss Man we talked about
In the future.
previously.
Yeah, he's
Anyway.
awesome. I don't know. I can't remember if I told you or not, but he's like a wrestler that I can get for Halloween-a-Palooza.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like on a list. He's like, maybe I'll try a little harder next time.
Yeah, and he is actually Native American. For those that think that that's just a role that he's playing, he actually is part of a Native American tribe, the Lumbee tribe, First Nations tribe. So there's that. Also got
cool. We had a quick comment here from comedian Bill Fisher. He says the Headbangers. Now that's a shot from the past. Also, hello.
Hey Bill, how's it going?
And then Jimmy says, I saw Hulk Hogan fight Andre the Giant.
Nice.
And we all did, Jimmy, because we watched WrestleMania on TV.
Because we watched WrestleMania 3.
Jimmy's old enough. He was probably there.
Yeah, he was there in person. at Madison Square Garden because he used to live in Atlantic City. All right, I just opened this figure. This was the CGI He-Man and Masters Universe Beastman figures for that Netflix show. He looks pretty good. There we go.
So cool.
Some skulls and stuff. So this would be Beastman when he has the power. So in that show, they basically, much like He-Man would, raise a sword and get the power. In that show, he gave the power to like transform to his other friends, and the reverse, the havoc that Skeletor had, he would then send that out and transform his bad guys. So Beastman and Evelyn, they would like transform as well.
Everybody gets a turn. That's right.
Yep. So it's kind of a neat way to kind of do that, to have two characters and have like a leveled up character by doing that as well. So this would be his leveled up character. They never did make an original his version like when he was down in like because he was like this hunter guy that like trapped Battle Cat and other tigers and stuff like that. And it was kind of a cool character, but yeah, the Beastman's pretty awesome. And he does have some kind
armor.
Some action features as well. His arms don't move, but he does have that.
He's got the ab crunch feature.
And they give him this whip too.
Cool.
It's just kind of all one solid piece. And then like a little blast effect on his hand, like a claw thing or something. They didn't really explain on the packaging. They're just like attached to his hand. So I did. But yeah, that's Beastman from the CGI He-Man and Masters of the Universe show that only ran for like 3 seasons. And it was a kids show and all that. Yeah, that looks very much like vintage coloring, but like beefed up for kids to like throw around and stuff.
Which is freaking awesome.
Yeah. And finally, talking about the 2-pack from Target. That's right, the Target exclusive Skeletor and Demogorgon. That's a 2-pack. I'll take a closer look at the Demogorgon here. The Stranger Things crossover would seem like a few years late, but they did it anyway. I think the hype is kind of passed with that, maybe a little bit when this came out. It wasn't as high as it was maybe a few years ago. He does come with a sweet staff with some flames on it. That's a 12-sided die staff.
Nice.
Those 2 die on the numbers. But you can remove the flames and stuff and put them on different stuff. But he basically has like a Beastman armor on top of like
shoulder
some
pads,
like weird toes and stuff, and the shoulder pads, spiked shoulder pads, and the vest thing.
But how ridiculous!
Yeah, but that head sculpt though is pretty awesome. It blends in everything. And then of course it would come with a Skeletor. Another version of Skeletor repaint.
Beautiful.
Which looks great. Comparatively to like like the first wave of Skeletor, looks completely different.
Completely.
I mean,
wow.
The
Just
face.
A little paint can go a long ways, huh?
Yeah. It's a wash. There's a wash on this guy. And different color, darker armor. Face is yellow as opposed to. It looks more of like a paler color as well. Can't really tell on the camera, but
a little more
it's
muted.
definitely different. Yeah. And but yeah.
Wow.
It's not bad. It's a nice version of it. Another nice repaint, but yeah, definitely not as bright and cartoony as the other one.
So cool seeing it side by side. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you start just looking at this one, you're like, oh, okay, it looks like the other one. But then, yeah, when you put it next to it, it's completely different. But yeah, so these are cool. I got this on sale when it was like half off on Target. So
me too. You gonna get the other set if it goes on sale?
If it goes on sale, yes, I plan to. I gotta wait like 6-7 months.
Oh no.
But yeah, I hope to. Yeah, the other one is He-Man and Vecna one.
And the He-Man looks awesome.
He does. He's got a wash on him as well, the repaint. and looks pretty good. That Vecna looks good too. They've used some of the Turtles of Grayskull Moss Man stuff from that figure, like the little vine
Yep.
things that come
Makes
out.
sense.
All that stuff. That's all I got.
Okay, cool. Well, I got a few things here too. Not too long ago, I did an unboxing of a super wicked cool flex changer car, Rise of the Beast Nightbird. I finally got her turned into this car. I think it almost looks better in the car.
Yeah, it looks good in the car.
But yeah, it's held together by these kind of rubber bands. I mean, energon bands.
Oh, right.
And it's just kind of.
Is that the band? Is that what the band looks like?
Yeah, it's purple. It's just a weird thing. I don't.
I don't like that much.
It's just all flexy and bendy, and it will disintegrate.
yeah, no kidding. Just put it on the sun for like a year and it'll be done. Toast.
Oh yeah. I got this Bumblebee movie concept art frenzy.
Oh, right. Yep.
Little tape dude, but really just turns into a cube dude. But he's just based on artwork. He never was in the Bumblebee movie, but again, kind of neat that they do that when they're reaching for repaints and things to make us spend money on. But
yep.
Got that. So the other day, just looked at that's right, half off the Elgin way, says Miss Tiffany, channel member. That's right, master. I'll switch that over there. Master of Elginomics. That's right. Oh. So Mike, Insane Mike, our pal, everybody knows Insane Mike. He goes goodwilling a lot. He goes goodwill hunting a lot.
There you
Not
go.
solving math problems, no. But he just goes and I think he's having fun, like flipping stuff, just finding some toys and then either, sell them at a vendor table himself or put some on eBay and see what can happen. And he's had some really good luck on there. He found some stupid rare Ewok Star Wars toy, vintage, original, stuff like that, for like a nickel, and he makes $100 off. Anyway, every time he comes over to record Attack of the Killer podcast, he'll bring something with him, it seems. And I'm like, all right, presents. And he gives me things. And he brought me over an Optimus Prime the other day. And I'm like, oh, cool, Optimus Prime. And then I'm looking and I transform him and I'm like, something's amiss. Oh, look at that. What kind of faction symbol is that? That's not normal.
It's weird.
Yes, it is. And you know what? The internet couldn't tell me what that faction symbol was. I have like lots of places to go look and stuff.
That's weird that the internet wouldn't give you an answer for something.
I
even
could
if it was
not
wrong.
find it, but I eventually did find it. And what he found in little old Ottumwa, Iowa is a knockoff. And I happen to have the original of the Optimus. So there's some subtle details you can see.
Sure.
The knockoff's got kind of a blue clear window.
Right.
There's a little bit of paint difference. It's hard to do at the same time. Another clue was, so the smokestack, the one single smokestack in the back here, this Optimus has kind of two things.
Sure.
So that's different, just a subtle little difference. But then the thing that was stumping me is like, I'm looking for, because a lot of like Transformer Land, all their like database searching stuff has them in vehicle modes. So it's hard to, I'm like, all right. And I'm like, I cannot find another Optimus with two little gray dots up there. And I'm like, oh, Well, and so you can see the difference up here too, how it's different.
Yep.
They're just whole pieces are different. But anyway, it's like a Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus. I can't remember exactly. It's the same. The blues is scotch different, but it's the same. And the quality isn't bad at all. It's just a knockoff.
So it's like a
That's all, but-
Bayverse version.
Yep. So but yeah, that faction symbol was just, I'm like, what the heck is that? That's not a thing. And there are a lot of them, a lot more than you might think there are through the years and all the comic books and all the things, and
Sure.
especially beastie ones, which it kind of looks like, but man, there's nothing like that. And then lastly, dude, I'm really excited. On last year's toy resolutions, which will be coming up after this episode, or before, or around, no, after, anyway, I wanted to complete some more lines, and just today, I completed a new line, and I'm super excited about it. It's the Machine Wars. And so Machine Wars was kind of a KB Toys exclusive line.
Okay.
And it was super weird. It was kind of a line that was pushed out to help fill time while the real main line was trying to get their shit together. And so and it's extra weird because they took these late G1, G2 European releases toys from G1 that we didn't get here in the States, that only were available in Europe in late G1. They repainted them, changed the names, and released them in KB Toys. They took away a lot of the gimmicks and stuff that go with them too. Really kind of dumbed them down, which is a bummer on a lot of them. And I don't have them all here, but there were the 4 jets I didn't have. Those were the last 4 things. And then I found a eBay can screw up sometimes and people don't know what they have. It really does help. Or it wasn't even that bad. It was but like $10 a piece for these little jets. And it's kind of extra cool because Tiffany's trying to get me these cyber jets, and they're kind of just repaints of the same things. Got a quick little Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, is here. Says greetings.
She does, shout out to her, she does a lot of coloring with like coloring pencils and stuff. She has a YouTube channel as well where she takes like vintage coloring books and then colors it in, and it's awesome. Like if you haven't watched any of her stuff where she colors stuff, it's fantastic. Like it looks great. It's just an awesome. She was doing like some She-Ra stuff, and she was doing He-Man stuff, and even like just a bunch of 80s stuff. But yeah, it's really good, really great artist.
Well, we're saying hi to the chat while we're over here. We got Brandon Ellington. He says hi, everyone.
Hey.
We got a Justin Frederick. Says, what's up, guys? What's up, Justin? First time commenter. That's super cool of you to tune in. And then, of course, Allison says, if it had a toy line in the 1980s, I've probably done it.
Yep.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah, I can't talk about little jets or Tiffany. And she's like, what jets? And so
I thought she was talking about the football team, but
no, she does not. She's a Bills girl. That's right. Anyway,
the Jets suck.
That's
just kidding. Well,
they really do, though. Sorry,
they're pretty awful,
New Yorkers. So I had 4 jets left, and it's just great because I've been getting all these little cyber jets. Really loved getting them, and just want to keep getting them. And so, here they are. Up first, we got Megatron. So again, they changed names. He's this little tiny jet, but you can kind of see it in the head sculpt. It's kind of got that cap. Come on there, focus. But that's about all there is, though. That's all you get. That's Megatron-y.
Megajet.
He's got a neat little coloring, just weird symbols, on his back.
It's odd.
but in a neat little fade. But yeah, Megatron.
Hmm.
Well, Elgin, look at this. We got a new channel member. Thank you,
Awesome.
Allison.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's awesome. Only 99 cents. Hit the join button. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you, Allison. That's amazing.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So not Megatron, but Megaplex. Same exact mold, same exact head, but just a little different coloring. And he's got a wicked little kind of a striped, but again, these symbols, what the fuck is that? What is that? Yeah. So Megatron, Megaplex, and they transform the same.
Sure.
So then there's another 2-pack. We got Skywarp, who's super neat. Skywarp.
Nice.
So what? Skywarp's known for being black and purple. What is this? Nobody knows. Neat little yellow head with a little red dot. What's we don't know. Even more weird. It's got this. He's got a G2 symbol on him. Let me get some focus here. Or not. So he's got that G2 symbol over there, left over. Yeah, weird. Tiffany asked, are they about the same size as the G2 Cyberjets? They are exactly the same size. For they are the same toys, just repainted and released in a new line. And then lastly, so those 3 I did find at like $10 a piece and some lot. And then I had this last one just come today. Super stoked. He is Evil Decepticon Thundercracker. Green. What?
Odd.
Thundercracker, known for being blue, but that's all right. Same little head sculpt as Skywarp. Neat little green and brown with a little silver. Maybe has the coolest color scheme there, but it's got that little stripy business.
Like camouflage.
Kind of camouflage, yeah. So those 2 are exactly the same. I know they're not going to focus. This guy came with his whole gun. The other 3, so this weapon storage, this breaks into 2 parts, and they get stashed in the back of their legs. Well, the part that they can hold is missing out of all 3.
Okay.
But kind of the end piece is in all of their legs, but the part I need for them to hold, anyways, missing in the other 3. Again, not a big deal. This Thundercracker came with his little tech spec, which was neat. Not always fun. Yeah. Again, got that neat little thing, but it finishes off Machine Wars. Oh my gosh, awesome. I'm so excited. So excited.
Golf clap.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, maybe I could get the new ones from Toy Hacks. Thanks, Miss Tiffany. Well, Elgin, it's time. 100 episodes, buddy. We did it.
We did it.
Can you believe it?
Yes, I can. No,
it's exciting. Yeah.
No, it's surprising. Like it's taken day by day.
Yeah, 4 years really.
So I know that's crazy. I think it's crazier that it's been 4 years.
That sounds crazier than 100 episodes,
right? Because I mean that 100 that seems on par.
But yeah,
we've
put out an episode every other Tuesday,
right?
Consistently for 4 years. Haven't missed a week. Feel really proud about that.
Yeah, that's been really good. I mean, especially a little behind the scene stuff. We sometimes when we try to record a couple episodes at one go, we used to, and that way we can kind of bank some and then release some later. But yeah, it's been good that we've been able to have one keep on a schedule of every 2 weeks. Download wherever you listen to podcasts every Tuesday. But yeah, that's been nice. That's been nice to be consistent and all that. So I'm very proud of that.
I think it's our consistency that's helped just the whole thing grow between the episodes, between our postings. Once you
Yeah.
find a hashtag you like, man, it's stuck forever. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Exactly.
It's
Hey,
great.
Xenomorph Saturday is not going to write itself,
That's true. That's definitely true.
So,
Well, so we had questions submitted to us
okay.
all over the internet for the last
Awesome.
week or so, and we've picked. I wrote them all down,
Okay.
and I'll eventually. Hey, we got a let's go. That's right. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that
Thank you
enthusiasm.
so much.
Well, since it's here, I'm going to start with this question, and Brandon rewrote it on Facebook here. So he's like,
Okay.
he was, when I was talking about the Cyberjets, he asked if I still had the boxes, but that's one of his questions that he wrote us is, why does Jason keep his boxes?
Yeah, Jason, why do you keep the boxes?
Here's the thing. I don't know. I rationalize it by saying it's artwork.
Yes.
And it is, but like,
It is.
and that artwork is part of the experience to me.
Yes.
Whether it's the thrill of the hunt, finding that box in the store, you seeing that image and that presentation that the box art and is, it's easy to become attached to that. And so it's part of it, right? But why not throw it away? I mean, why keep it? You do a little better at throwing stuff away. I know you keep some things, but
yeah,
how do
some
you
of
deal
them.
with that?
Really, it comes down to artwork. Like you said, it's if there's no artwork on it, then I'll toss it. Or so, for example, that Beast Man that I opened, the packaging of it was not really a box, not really a bubble, not really a file card.
Yeah.
So it was just like I had to like rip it out just to like get the figure out. So I just tossed that. It was worthless. Um, there wasn't anything to keep or worthy to keep on it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I still keep boxes, and I usually the artwork for Mochi stuff is on the back, so I'll just flip it around and then have it and then on a shelf in the back.
Mhm.
So I have it like back there, and then figures in front of it as kind of like a background scene or something, or just to fill the space and to kind of bring some artwork to it as well. If I keep them in the box, then I'll display them as well. But stuff for like out of the box, all like the Turtles of Grayskull stuff, those deluxe packs, they have some great artwork on the back of that. So I'll flip it around and then put figures in front of that as well.
So you use the artwork still?
Yes,
when you
I
can.
use it. I use it as part of the display as much as possible.
See, that's a good excuse. I don't have that.
Like, I mean, you can kind of, I guess you can't really see it, but
yeah,
it's over here. This box is the
Yep.
Eternia box that I'm caressing. It fills up this entire space back on this left side of me. But I haven't got rid of it. I mean, technically, I don't really need the box because I have the picture back here. But it looks so cool. And it was expensive.
Whereas once I unbox it, I put the box back together, and then I put this little box into a giant box filled with other empty boxes until that big box gets full, and then I take that big box to the storage unit. And I've done it my whole life.
Box in another bigger box, and then that box.
I can't get much bigger than. But yeah,
and then that boat sails around the world until I recall it.
But I never see it again. It just goes to a storage unit for what reason? I don't know.
I mean, I could probably say the same for like my card backs. I should probably just get rid of all those because they don't. I did see one person do like they cut the artwork off of it and then like framed it. Like each wave had like for Motu, for Origins specifically. But yeah.
Bill says, that's right. Channel member Bill Fisher says, yeah, I just keep my boxes because I'm an ADHD goblin. Plus NECA packaging rules.
NECA packaging is pretty cool. I'll give him that for sure.
Oh, Justin says he's a box trasher.
Thrasher.
Oh, how do you do it? How do you just?
You just go like this, and then throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, talking when you say like that, you fold up the boxes and put them in another box and then put them in storage. It does remind me of like my card backs, which I don't do anything with. Which I
I
probably
don't
should
even
just
compress the boxes. They're
get
just
rid
like they are.
of full boxes. Yeah.
Full boxes.
See,
inside.
I've compressed a lot of the bigger boxes. It does take up a lot of space. But I've compressed a bunch of the boxes, like flattened them down at least for Origin stuff, so they're a bit better, I guess. I don't know.
New channel member Allison Troy says, I've been saving card backs for decades so that when I have my studio, I can do an entire wall with the card backs. Now that the studio is in progress, tough decisions will finally be made. LOL. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
And you'll have to do
wallpaper, basically. Like a wallpaper. That'd be cool. It's a cool idea.
Well, all right, let's get into it.
Yeah. Anyway, I could just keep talking about this for
I know. Let's get into another question that I'm curious about. This is from Jimmy Lee Dalton. He says, what is your favorite episode from the last 99 shows? I'll say mine if you're thinking.
I think I have one.
Mine's episode 80. Because
is that the attorney one?
Because I believe that's the episode where you do For the Thrill of the Hunt. Basically, the whole episode is just you walking through all the things of Eternia. And for me, it's all connected. Like, since we started this podcast, I'll never forget all of our toy hunts. One of our biggest memories is you finding Castle Grayskull and Walmart with the Yelp heard around the world. But all that you finding Motu and just knowing how important this was to you, to just see you just in your element, just talking about the greatest toy ever made, just makes me so happy. And that's why that one is probably my favorite.
Yeah, that is a favorite of mine. But I think besides that one, really any of the episodes that my son Ethan is on, and he's guested 3 times.
Yeah,
really the trilogy of those guests. Just as a dad, to have your son also interested in this type of thing and wanting to be a guest and wanting to talk about toys with me, like those, I consider those like the trilogy of episodes, kind of one episode.
I loved having them on though.
Yeah,
just having that new perspective, the kids' perspective.
Yep, kids' perspective, and yeah, just being able to share that with him, and but yeah, that to me is very special, and to have it documented and everything is great. So yeah,
awesome.
So I'll stop talking before I start crying.
All right, let's move on. We got a good question here from John Tipton. He's a YouTube channel member, JT976 Evil, I believe.
Oh yeah.
He says, this is it's a pretty classic question, but it's a little different, so it's also really hard. Say you and Elgin, we both decide it's a good idea to start a campfire inside our houses. Of course, the fire quickly gets out of control and spreads throughout the entire house. You each only have enough time to rescue. This is, I assume, considering everyone is safe. We've got the family out, but there's just enough time to rescue one toy shelf. Which one do you both choose? Which is awesome now because you got a lot more stuff on shelves. Which really helps this.
I'm like looking around.
And obviously, everything I have is on shelves, so this is just one. Oh man, that's hard.
One shelf. So on the shelf, it's on the far side of where I'm looking. I have all my vintage Motu vehicles and some of the Origin stuff. It's kind of a combination of both, but pretty much any vehicle that's been vintage or Origin I have. is on that top shelf, and I put figures in them as well. A lot of vintage stuff too. So probably that shelf has the most figures and toys on it. Just a variety of stuff. There's like 3 land sharks and like a bunch of battle cats and yeah, Zor and Screeches and all that stuff. But probably that one. That's got the most. Yeah, it's a long shelf. It's like a 12-foot
That
long
helps.
shelf.
That
Also,
helps.
yeah.
12? That's not fair.
But yeah, probably that one. It's got a bunch of vintage and origins figures and vehicles on it. A lot from my youth as well.
Oh, this question's
what about you?
hard. This one's tough. There's so many great shelves. I think I got it. If it has to be one shelf. Oh man, the alternators over it's broken up on too many shelves.
Right.
It's all granted, all these shelves are by Toyline. So that's why if I had to, not just because it probably has the most, but the most sentimental. It sucks because this shelf here is all G1 Autobots. This one's all G1 Decepticons. So I still have to frickin' decide. But I guess I would have to go with the G1 Autobot shelf because it's just all the. Not that I don't love everyone here, but like there's just more of childhood on that Autobot shelf. There's just more of them. And but yep, Starscream's right on that. I don't know. I changed my answer. No, I don't know. I guess I'll say Autobots, but that's tough. That's a tough one.
It is.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. Miss Tiffany says Autobots. You'd leave your Starscreams. But I like Jimmy's comment here. It's pretty amazing. He says, I would let it all burn so I wouldn't have to think about what if I save this or that. Take the full loss and grieve the entire time. Oh, man. He's not.
Yeah. He makes a point. I don't know if it's a good point, but he makes a point.
I don't know if it's a good point. You're right. Because you're still missing them. Oh, that's tough, though. Good question.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to another really super important question. This question comes in from Abe Kirshner from the Brett, Tony, Ash, and Abe podcast on the PFPN. Check it out. They're really cool dudes.
Yes.
He asks, what is your must-have Thanksgiving dinner?
Just for, like
I'm going to say single food. Let's say, yeah. What food is your must-have at Thanksgiving dinner?
Pecan pie.
What? Out of left field. It's like
I got a sweet tooth.
If you don't have pecan pie, it's just forget it.
So, we our get together we had with Amanda's family, and they had pumpkin pie and pecan pie, and then they had all the food on like an island, in the kitchen. So as everyone is like going to the island to get their food, I go to the pecan pie and get that out while I'm waiting. I'm like, I gotta wait anyway, so I'm just like eating pecan pie, and they're like, "Are you eating dessert?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys. I'm still gonna be hungry,
Yeah, well, of course.
I'm just waiting for you guys to leave."
But I'm guaranteeing I'm getting what I want.
Yeah, that way I know I'm gonna have. That way I don't eat too much of that and be full from that, and not be able to eat it. I want to eat that first, and then yeah. So
and
I'm just
hey, if there's still a slice left at the end, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Yeah, I love.
I didn't know you liked pecan pie. Oh, me too, man.
I love it. It's so good.
Too. So sweet.
Especially if it's warm and there's ice cream on it, like vanilla ice cream.
Oh my god.
That's
good. Well, mine's not a traditional answer either. And it's a thing that is a tradition at our Thanksgiving and Christmas. And every time I bring it up, it doesn't happen. Somehow they don't make it, and I'm sad. And so this year at Thanksgiving, I was like, I'm not going to say anything. So when it's not there, I'll be, I don't want to start it. So I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, and it'll just be there. And it wasn't there. It's kind of a bummer. But Mom started making it years and years and years ago, and then When she passed, Honda kept making it, and it's just, and it's nothing. I don't know. They somehow there's magic in this recipe, but it's just a crab dip. It's
Okay.
a cream cheesy crab dip. There's not a whole lot. I don't know what else. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Cream cheese and crab dip. Maybe there's other stuff. Could be.
Sure.
And just your round
Sure.
Ritz, salty, buttery on one side cracker. And
Yeah.
the three of us, the Bollinger boys, we just stand around that the bowl.
Just go to
The
town.
first few years were this big, and they just each year the
Yeah.
bowl had to get this big. So we just stand around it until all the crackers are
Sure.
gone. Or like,
Yeah.
but it
Just eat a full
was
sleeve.
everything. Oh
Yeah.
man, easy. Like we just hand them out. You get a sleeve. You get a sleeve.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Nice.
yeah.
I don't know if I've had
Crab
a
dip.
crab dip before.
Yeah, I'm not even a
I'll have to-
seafood guy. I like crab rangoons, you know, but
Maybe that's kind of what it's like, I guess.
yeah, I think it's a lot closer to that, but I wouldn't know. I don't. Maybe I don't ask, so that maybe I should though, so I can make it for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, next question. Oh, this one's a heavy one. This is from our newest patron, Colin Bunn, all the way overseas. He says, if you could complete your collection with a flick of a switch, which I assume is you is vintage Motu. For me, it's G1 Transformers.
Yeah.
Would you get all the grails and all the missing parts and stuff for your figures that you couldn't normally get or never be able to get? But if you did, you could never buy another new toy again. Any toy from any line. Would you do that? How important? So it's how important is complete vintage, your everything, or being able to buy a new toy? And then he goes on to say what his answer kind of is. He says, for Colin, as much as I would want to complete my collection, the cost of not being able to buy another toy again would be too high a price to pay for him. Because remember, it's the thrill of the hunt for me, he says.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But I know how much I've been working over the last couple of years to complete the G1, and not even complete, like they don't all have their weapons,
Sure.
like some things are missing, but they're standing there, whatever. But to have the complete run, every weapon, every inbox, we'll say inbox, every toy
Right.
from
Sure.
vintage Motu, would you trade having that and only that and never being able to buy another new toy again, or live the life we live currently? That's tough because I know how bad you want it.
I think my bank account would like that.
Yep.
I think my bank account would like that option better.
That's true.
I do love the Thrill of the Hunt. Like,
yep.
You get that dopamine hit when you find something that's great. It's gosh. I'm like going through the inventory of like Motu stuff that I don't have.
I still need. What do I
that I like stuff that's like European only, like Italian release only, and like there's stuff that I've never seen like live. So most of the stuff I've seen in person, I just can't buy because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But like, I think I would have to stop doing this podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'd be
because it like enables me to like buy more stuff.
Oh, I know. That means, but you couldn't buy another turtle. You couldn't buy another.
It's like until that.
Figure.
Oh, sorry, I can't do one tonight.
There would be no more new.
I got this
toys.
thing over here.
Ah, that sucks. What a stupid question, Colin. I think I'd have to just. Oh my gosh, that's to give up a complete vintage.
I know.
The stuff
like
dreams
looking is half the fun.
It is.
So like,
you're right.
I think I'm gonna. I think
choose the thrill of the hunt.
Choose Thrill of the Hunt because
and just cry.
Maybe at some point I'll through the hunt I'll get those grails or whatever.
Right, that
at
can
some
still happen.
time, but yeah,
Right,
it's like you're
right.
done. Like you get everything in like one lump sum. It's like do you when you win the lottery, do you want lump sum or do you want like payments throughout the rest of your life?
Yeah. Ask
Type
me
of
this
deal.
question again when I'm 60, 65. I might pick the other, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Gosh. Yeah, that's good.
Oof.
I think thrill the hunt for me. I think it just because I have so many other toy lines that I like, turtles, like Alien Predator stuff, and just random stuff that looks great.
Right. What if you answered this before Turtles the Grayskull came out and you wouldn't be able to buy one? That's so
Right.
sad.
Yeah.
And next year there's going to be something that's going to knock your socks
You're making
off
me
and you
sad.
wouldn't. I know. Hey, but we
Right.
get to
Sad.
continue. We're good. All right, next question we got from Josh J.K. Dobbins. He says, well, he wants to know if we have insurance on our collections yet.
I mean, I have house insurance.
You have house insurance, Mr. Oh, I can
because I have a
afford it.
house.
Nice.
I mean,
Well, then does that count? I don't know. I've never done
I don't know.
it. Do you need special collectors and I'm sure that's a thing.
Like probably is, but I figured
some Lords of London document or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just figure it's under house insurance, so it covers everything in the house.
I would inquire with my agent.
You just write the prices with something. Like if something gets stolen, you just write what the value of it is.
Of the sealed original value would be. Well, it's something I've been. They're not one person has come over to my house and it not been one of their questions of why do you have insurance? And I say no, and they're like they start yelling at me. So it will be one of my toy resolutions. Pull back the curtain. We recorded that one before this one. But actually just today I wrote my insurance agent. I'm like, hey buddy. And he actually wrote back. So like finally after a year of asking and him not getting back to me emails, he wrote me back and said, we'll talk tomorrow. And I'm like, all right. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, good question. Great. It's important.
Yeah.
And I've been logging all my toys just, just in case.
True.
Yeah, like Tiffany says here, it is wild because I live in an apartment and I have to rely on everyone else being safe in the building too. That's what makes me nervous about it. So, I mean, you got kids and dogs and shit that could happen too, but
yeah, but they're not allowed down here.
That's right.
Unless there's a tornado, then they are.
Fun little question here from Corey McDonald. Would you rather have a G.I. Joe General, that's the Mobile Strike headquarters and launch pad with Locust and Major Storm, or a G1 Optimus and Bumblebee? Now, this General is an amazing piece of artwork. Hey, you have to pick one. I think we know which one I'm picking, G1 Optimus and Bumblebee.
I mean, I'll probably pick Transformer because I don't know what the other one is. We don't know what it looks like, I guess.
Oh, man. I put a link to it.
I'll just say, I'll just pick the G.I. Joe one. Why not?
Right. No, that's good. Moving on. We got Willis Wheeler here with a...
I'll put it with my other Joes. My classified Joes, I guess.
Yeah. Or your little Batman, your little 3 3/4, 4-inch guys. They can play on it. Willis Wheeler asks, how well do you think these taxes that Trump wants to put on imports will affect our collecting habits over the next 4 years? Political.
I'm assuming he's talking about tariffs.
Yep.
Which are going to make it very expensive for toy collectors because he doesn't know how tariffs work and he's imposing them even though he doesn't know how economics work. So
So yeah, maybe I'll change my
Pretty
answer
simple.
on that other. Since
Yeah, I
we can't
know.
afford new toys, maybe I'll go back
Maybe,
to.
yeah. If the tariffs skyrocket, which gets passed on to American companies, not overseas, like he thinks they do, then yes, we will see quite an increase. Especially since most of my Motu toys come from China, and
Yeah.
most factories are in China. Then yes.
I assume we'll all do what I'm going to do is just live in denial until it happens.
Yeah, that's what I plan on to as well.
We got a
As
question here
much
in
as
the chat
possible.
from Justin Frederick. He says, if there was no such thing as Transformers or Motu, what would you collect? Oh, that's sad. Thanks, Justin. We're sad.
Easy. Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Well, the sucky thing is Motu was my
That'd be
second
my.
pick. Uh,
What's your third pick?
well, so I can't say like Pops because like there's Transformers and Motu of those. Wow. That's
You could
Turtles.
collect classified Joes.
That's true. They're super cool.
Yeah.
I actually, I know what it'd be. It'd be Mask. That's what
Oh
it'd
right.
be. Even
Yeah.
though I have a crap ton of turtles, not like you or anything, but I really love the turtles a lot and definitely
Yeah.
brings some childhood. But Mask is definitely a kindred to Transformers thing, and
Sure.
we had crap tons of them as kids.
Yeah.
They're just too expensive now. I've got a couple, but
Yeah.
nothing. But hey, good question. Good question,
Yeah.
Justin. We got one here from comedian Bill Fisher. Says, if you could create a new crossover line, what would you choose and why? It's a thinker.
I mean, I already have my dream crossover line.
You really do.
Motu.
That's not fair.
It's pretty awesome. Well, I still want the Transformer Motu crossover to happen at some point.
Yes.
I mean,
me too.
Because I feel like I've been waiting forever for that to happen. If people like post, artists, or like
Right. It's
fantasy
not
bits and
real.
stuff.
It's just their kit bash, their fun little digi bashes.
A Predator versus Motu would be sweet.
Oh my.
Bring back the Kenner sized figures, the 4-inch, 5.5-inch figures, and do like a instead of AVP, you have like Motu VP.
Oh.
Something. Yeah. Motu versus Predator.
Oh.
That'd be cool. But yeah, I think Transformer Motu would be awesome.
Completely agree. You could do
So
some
like
neat things with all those vehicles too, and
yeah, I mean there's plenty of vehicles.
ooh,
Motu
Bill
vehicles
says a
you
good
can
one.
transform.
He said he feels like Motu and Thundercats should meet. That's damn good.
They will next year, 2025. Look out for it. You're going to be seeing Motu and Thundercats 5.5-inch figures. I mean, technically, they've already been like those 5.5-inch figures are already out. Like Super 7 is doing some right now, but but Funko Pop did the set like Savage World-esque stuff years ago. So I'm guessing it's like that, but it's going to be Origin Bucks with Thundercat. So like the Turtles of Grayskull, it's going to be
hell yeah,
Thundercats of Grayskull. I don't even know what they're going to call it, but Cats of Grayskull. Thunder down under. I don't know what it's called.
I like it. All right, just call into the chat one more time. Get your questions out there if you have them. I'm going to read one more of the ones we got from beforehand from our pal Jeremy Ziegenhorn, who runs Bartertown Collectibles up in the Iowa City Old Capitol Mall toy store here. Need to check it out. Get over there.
Yeah,
if you haven't yet, it's a great store. Great dude. Heavy question. Here we go. So when collecting gets out of control, as it often does, how do other people set limits on what they collect? He says, I personally have a hard time, or I personally had to narrow down to only collecting vintage toy lines and comic books, having stopped collecting records, video games, etc., as well as the endless new lines of everything that keeps coming out. And when do you know when it's time to let go of some things? And how do others make that decision? No, it's a real thing. I didn't know that it was a thing until we started this podcast, and Turnip we kept bringing it up. He'd just be like, guys, I'm doing less and less. I'm almost out. I'm quitting all this stuff. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? I get it.
Yeah, I still don't understand that, I guess. But I guess you can't get burnt out, I suppose. And price of stuff would probably affect
Yeah, I
my
assume
collecting.
price is the major reason, right? You just because it does keep climbing and climbing, and you can't get everything, or you
Right.
just can't afford it.
I know I definitely have stopped buying like guitar pedals. For those that don't know, I play guitar and have played since I was 17. But that was kind of, a trade off, really, of like buy this or buy
Yeah.
Motu toys or something. Motu won out. So and I used to buy records all the time too. And I don't really anymore. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
and I
kind of
guess
goes.
oh, go ahead.
It just kind of goes in waves of like what you collect too. Like I mean, looking back at like how I've collected stuff over the years, it's definitely like changed, year to year. But
Yeah, I think for him too, it was. I mean, it depends how like grumpy old man you want to be about inflation too. How
sure,
long do you want to hold that grudge of like, yeah, but this figure was $10 when now the same exact thing, but
sure,
even less. I get less now and it costs more. And like, I get how that bothers a person, I
right,
guess.
sure.
And like, but I think he also like just I don't know, just resolved to like, I'll just dabble now, because it's not a war, but it's a daily like I got to stay on top of this stuff or I'm going to miss something, like it can get very intense as a collector between pre-orders and drops and crowdfunding stuff. And you and FOMO is the worst thing in the world for a
Yeah,
collector, and which is fear of missing out, if you don't know that. And so that drives that intensity. Just it's a constant thing. I know Tiffany's like, you're on eBay again. I'm like, I know. They're like, didn't you just how many pre-orders today or whatever? But like
right,
it's a daily struggle. It can be if you let yourself get involved that much. But
sure.
I think like I think he just kind of, and he was there for sure. He's one of the biggest super nerds I know when it comes to toys and comic books and stuff. And I've always
Yeah,
loved his big brain for that stuff. But just seeing him step down, he's cut down a lot.
sure.
And at first when he says it, it's like, I was sad, I was like, oh,
Right,
but it wasn't, I mean, it was kind of our thing, but it wasn't just our thing, but like it was somebody to talk to about it. And it was
sure.
cool just knowing someone who likes Transformers like me, and I could talk to him, and we still can. But it just was,
But
there's a sadness. I was like, oh, he's stepping
yeah,
down, scaling down. But so at first it was sad, but now after a year or two of three of that's happened, it's like I still see him dabbling all the time. I don't know if you can ever get out, really. I mean, like,
right,
or even in Jeremy's question, I'm sure he still buys a record once in a while. He still gets a video game once in a while, but it's hard. We don't have the disposable income as we used to, and we can't, well, we
sure.
shouldn't buy everything we want, right? So it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Brandon over on Facebook, he says, just move. That shows how much stuff you have to pack and unpack. Makes you reconsider your hobbies. LOL. Oh man. I can't imagine. I mean, it's
Yeah,
I know as Tiffany and I talk about future stuff, we're just like, she doesn't want to, like, I don't, oh man, it's going to be a lot, is all moving. But you're right, Brandon, for sure.
yep.
For sure. Well, all right. I don't see any new questions in the chat. What a great episode. We still got a lot more left.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick little break, and you're going to hear about our podcast network. That's right, the PFPN, home of lots of amazing other podcasts like the Brett and Tony with Ash and Abe podcast we mentioned earlier. Lots of other fun ones, a lot of movie stuff, a lot of nerd stuff. It's great. Check it out. Go over there. Listen to this lady. We'll see you on the other side.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
Oh, hi there. We're back. That's right. And now it's time for Elgin to take us on a store tour.
All right. Well, today's store is called That 80's Toy Shop.
Ooh.
That's right. It's at 645 Delaware Street in Tonawanda, New York. That's about 15 miles north of Buffalo, where your Bills.
Yeah, go Bills. Let's go Buffalo. Oh.
It's from a Tumblr, if you wanted to know.
Okay.
They have a bunch of G.I. Joe, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, WWE, Turtles, Funko Pop, Motu, and much, much more. But did you know that Tonawanda comes from the Tuscarora First Nation word for Tawanati, which means confluent stream. So talking about the Niagara Falls, because it's right there, if you've ever been to Buffalo.
Well, yeah, who hasn't? Okay, well, Elgin's kind of freezy over there, so I don't know if he can hear me. I guess we're going to thank you, Elgin.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Okay. That's
That 80 shop. Go to it if you're in the Buffalo area.
Heck yes. Well, all right. Yeah, no talking toys. That's basically the episode. We're just talking with you guys. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
being here, supporting the show. 100 episodes. Oh my gosh. It's just crazy. Let's do another 100, Elgin.
Exactly.
Yeah, so down below you'll see on the channel on YouTube, there's a join button for just 99 cents a month. You can join the channel, be a member.
Yes.
You get lots of cool things like get a little icon by your name. You get exclusive emojis, you get cool colors and things, and you get like big announcements when you join during the show, like Alice and Troy. Thank you so much. So amazing. So
Right
amazing.
there.
And then if you want to do a little bit more, head over to patreon.com/Cracktastic Plastic. There's some tiers there, some fun stuff. Choose what best suits you and become a patron over there. But
Yes.
all our links can be found cracktasticplastic.com. But one of those perks over there on Patreon is you get a shout out on the shows. And we're going to hear. So here they are. Here's our patrons. We got, so a big thank you goes to Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Alex LaForest, comedian Bill Fisher, and Colin Bunn. Thank you guys so much for being patrons. That's amazing. Really appreciate it. Okay, well, that's a good one. Thanks everyone for tuning in and trying this live thing. That's great. We should maybe do more of that next year, huh?
Definitely.
All right. Hey. All right. Well, everyone take care. Have a good rest of your week.
That's me winking at you.
Oh, I know. We all saw it. It's so sneaky of you.
Yeah, subtle.
Very subtle. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a good Christmas and all that stuff in the future. We'll see you next time in the videos and the live streams and the podcasts. And we love talking toys with you. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.